Brandon here, and time for more SexxxPerTease. Today's question is, I'm kind with a good heart, but why do I keep getting friend-zoned? I think a lot of people love to make excuses for themselves for why they get friend-zoned, and the reality is just like, it all just comes down to you're just not that person's type. Like, if somebody's friend-zoning you, you are really just not their type. You're not what they're looking for. You don't meet their ideal match in their mind. So I feel like it doesn't matter how hot you are, how sexy you are, how good at sex you are, how kind you are, how much of a great partner you think you are. It just comes down to this person does not want you. You are not who they envision themselves being with. Like, you are not who they want as their partner. So yes, they might friend zone you or give you some other excuse, but the reality is just the fact that you are not their type. You are not what they want. So I feel like you shouldn't take it personally or take it so to heart, even though I feel like when it does happen multiple times in a row, of course it's going to be sad and poor me and will I ever find love? But in reality, it's just kind of like maybe you're going for people that just don't want you and just maybe aren't out of your league in a way. You know, I don't like to say like out of your league because it's like you're always going to be someone's type on this earth, whether they're hot or ugly. Like, you are somebody's perfect match in their mind or what they're looking for at their level. But I really just feel like when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, like, you just are not this person's type. So you can be kind, you can be generous. And I feel like too many guys make that mistake where it's like, oh, I know this guy's probably been hurt in the past by a lot of other guys, so I'm going to be super nice and super kind and super there for him and take care of him and be his little emotional doormat or act like I'm his perfect man. And in reality, you can do all of that and still they don't want you. So honestly, that's how I think people end up getting used and then feel all bitter and betrayed, because it's like you gave your all to this man and then he seemed ungrateful for it. But then at the end of the day, it's like, you chose to do that. You chose to go out of your way because you thought it was going to end up with you being rewarded with a relationship or a loving partner. And at the end of the day, it didn't, because you were just doing too much and giving too much for someone that not only didn't appreciate it, but also didn't want it in the way that you were giving it. Like, your intention was not how they were receiving it, because they just thought like it's a kind handout from a friend or generous person, but you're seen as like, this is my future man. I'm going to show him I'm the best partner ever. I'm going to give him everything, give him the world, and he's going to want me and love me forever. And honestly, it just didn't work out that way. So I really feel like you need to maybe stop being, I don't want to say stop being kind, because I hate that whole narrative, like, nice guys finish last. But the reality is, like, if they're not into you, then your niceness isn't a value. It really is just like, you are giving more than you're gonna get back. Like, you are doing this out of the kindness of your heart. You shouldn't expect it. Like, that's where the whole guy thing comes into play, because it's like, some people are only nice because they want something from you, whether that something is sex or whether that something is relationship partner, trophy partner, whatever. So you going out of your way to be a nice guy isn't going to result in anything except you being used and left all by yourself at the end, because this person still, at the end of the day, doesn't want you, no matter how nice you are. Like, you were just not their type for whatever reason it is. Like, so you shouldn't beat yourself up over it when somebody rejects you or you're not their type, because that's what happens to literally everyone. We all get rejected. We all really want someone and they don't want us. They want somebody else, and that's just life. So being kind, generous, thinking you're going to be the nicest guy ever is not going to get you a boyfriend. Just like being the sluttiest guy ever, sexiest guy ever, great at sex, whatever. Like, no matter the reason, you're never going to be everyone. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time. It's from Dita Von Teese. It's like, you can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there's always going to be somebody that hates peaches. So it's like, no matter how amazing you think you are, or how much you change yourself or try to appear like something you're not, someone's still not gonna like you. And the person you want still may not want you. So no matter how kind and generous or perfect partner you think you are, you just are not this person's type. And it doesn't mean don't be kind and generous in the future. It just means don't be kind and generous if you're only being kind and generous because your intention is you want to date this person, you want to hook up with this person. Because guess what? It's not going to guarantee you results. So if you are a kind and generous person, then that's great. Be a kind and generous person, but don't do it with ill intentions. And that's why people don't take the whole nice guy thing seriously, because a lot of these guys are just nice because they want something from you. And that is not being a nice and generous person. That is manipulation. That is plotting on someone. Like, you are only nice because you want a boyfriend or you want to have sex with them. And that is not genuine or being a kind and nice person. So my thing is this: if you keep feeling like guys keep taking advantage of you, don't want you for you, don't appreciate all that you have to offer, then they're just not the right man for you. You will find the right man out there someday, but kind and generosity is not the secret to getting a man to love you. So thanks for joining me for this episode of SexxxPerTease.